Hello everybody, my name is Alex, and in today's guitar tutorial, we're gonna be going over a hard song, the song Cucli. As far as I know, the only recorded version of this is the one by Bao. It's in the key of G minor. I'm not gonna be going over the introduction, just straight to part A and then part B. And I'd like you to know that I'm not gonna show the correct melody or the melody as Bao plays it. I do my own kind of little things here and there, so I'm going to be showing you this, and I'm going to be showing you the song on the guitar and not on the cavaquinho. Now why? Well, Bao does play it on the cavaquinho, and it's a song that favors the cavaquinho in terms of the shapes of the arpeggios, but cavaquinho is harder to play and harder to make sound good, particularly in an acoustic setting. So I thought it'd be better if I played it on a guitar. Plus, it's something that more of you might want to play the song on rather than on a cavaquinho. So, we start from G minor. By the way, the chords are going to be written below in the post, in the description of this post, so you can see them. So the song goes. So we start with an arpeggio of just G minor, really. So if you're playing a G minor, the last four strings. But I would fret them like this because then I want to change to my middle finger when I get to the third fret of the high E string, so that I can put my index finger on the second fret later for the purposes of the melody. Da 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 da. So 5 3 3 3 2 5. The 6 5 3 2 3. So far it's just a G minor arpeggio. And underneath this, of course, there's an E flat chord, but we only play this. This is a very nice melody. It's 3 on the B string, 3rd fret on the G string, 2nd on the G string. Here you can also do, just a little flick. 5 on the D string, 4 5, 2 on the G string. And then you have a number of choices. What Bao does, I think, is so open D, 4, 2 on the G string, 3, 2, 1 on the B string. But you can also do like a sort of chromatic 2, 3, 4. Or 2, 4. It's your choice. So this is just, it's like a D7 shape, or that's how I think about it. Like, imagine if you had a D7. So da 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 da, 2 on the G string, 4 on the D string, 1 on the D string, open. In fact, this is the lowest note available on the cavaquinho because you don't have an A string or an E string. So it hits the lowest point of the cavaquinho. I thought it was interesting. And then 4 on the D string, 5 and 3 on the G string. And then you can either slide to the 3rd fret of the B string, or you can do a double, like 3 and 3 on the B and G strings. you know, it's up to you. So da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now what's interesting is the phrasing here, the way he plays it, because he doesn't play da-da-da-da, he plays da-da-da-da. There's a pause, which is because of the rhythm. So da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, to make that mazurka rhythm really pop out and make it interesting, you know. It's a very nice phrasing. So that's half of part A. And then we start in the same exact way from a G minor arpeggio. But then we change because the chord underneath becomes a G7 chord. So we're here on the 3rd fret of the E string, and then we hit the minor 7th of a G chord. So 3, 6, 3 on the B string, 6 and 3 on the B string, of course. And here is where I do my little things. I'm not sure if, well, I'm sure that this isn't the proper melody, but I'm not sure what the exact melody is. So what I do at this particular point is so it's basically just a G, right? Arpeggio. So 5, 4, 3 on G, on D string 5, on G string 4, and on the B string 3 frets. So da 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 4 just an arpeggio. What we talked about before. Da 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 4 on the B string, 4 on the G string, da 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 3, 6, 5, 3 on the B string, 6 on the G string, 5 on the G string. Da 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 da. And then we get to the very famous. So basically what this isn't really some weird thing. It's a very normal, actually, how should I put this, progression? Well, it's just 2, 1, 5, 1, but played with arpeggio, sort of like arpeggios. So this is 7, 5, 4, 5, 1. So I fret it like this. I put my pinky on the 7th fret, then my middle, and then my index, da da da, and then I put my ring finger on the 5th fret on the E string when I'm about to make the da da, you know, da 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 da, and then I end up on my index finger, da 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 da. Then I do the same thing as how I begin. And then, of course, same shape for when I'm doing the D7 chord, which is, so first of all, the G minor, of course, is 5, 3, 3, 3, ends on 2 on the high E string, and then we got, which is 4 on the D string, 2, 1, 3, again on the B string. Sorry about that, that was my phone going off. Da, 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 da. 2 on the E string, 1 or 3, not 1, 3. Da, 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 da. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 1, 1. That's the rhythm of this. So da 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 da. So now, of course, you can do very interesting things with this part. So you can do, for example, so like a chromatic, da 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 5 4 3. Da, 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 da. You can do flicks, and then you can add an extra note, 2 4, just to put that harmonic, or melodic rather, minor in there. Or you can slide to that 7th fret. You know, do all sorts of little things to enjoy yourself. Play with the phrasing, play with the melody itself, to give your own particular taste, to bring your particular taste to the mix. And then part B, of course, we switch to a B7 or a B flat. I'm sorry, today scatter-minded. B flat chord, and then we have just a B flat, really, all three on D, G, B, da da da, 3 3 3, 5 3 4. So 5 and 3 on the high E, and then 4 on the B string, and then yeah, and then here we start on the 9th fret on the G string, 9 9 or 7. I'm sorry, not 9. 7 7 7 5 10 8 6 da 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 da. Now depending on what you want to do, the phrasing will change and everything. Normally the way I like to play this part of the melody is so I like to make a D7 shape. So that would be 7 5 7, starting from the D string. But yeah, I think what he plays is, and then we have this E flat chord, which is 8 8 6 10 8. Then a D minor shape. Starting on the G string, we have 7 6 5 8 7. And then and then 3 on the E string, 6 3 4 5 and 5. Here you can also do the, you know, you can these little variations you can do, but you can also do this. So sorry. So that's part B. It repeats the same. There's no second half to part B. That's the entirety of part B. And then you just do the and that's the entirety of Cucli, really. I'm sorry if my fretting numbers were a bit shaky, or it took me a bit of time to think about them, as normally I don't use tabs. I only do this for the purposes of videos like these. So that's pretty much all I had to say about it. I'd say play a lot with the melodies and trying to find your own things, because there's nothing more dull than a player who just plays exactly a melody and he doesn't do anything on his own. Of course, if you're a beginner, that makes perfect sense. You gotta start from somewhere. But I'm talking about more intermediate players who just learn one thing. This exists in multiple mediums as well, like jazz players. You know, I'm playing gypsy jazz and I do the solo that Django did. Who cares, man? It's about your own thing. So even if it's just a little touch of the phrasing, just play with the time a little bit on one of the parts, on part A or part B, you know, touch it up a little bit. It'll give so much character to the song and make it your own. You change the melody, change the timing, change whatever you want. Change the way you play. Maybe instead of playing it like this, you play it here. And give a different sound to it, you know? So, but I've been going on for 16 minutes, so I'm gonna shut up. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned something from this video. If you got any more requests for tutorials for particular songs, melodies, whatever, do let me know, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. So have a good one.